you, Mr. Toastmaster. In case you haven't noticed, we are awash in advertising. Especially if you watch television. You realize that a third of the time on television is spent in advertising. They used to advertise and they wouldn't spend the money. I first became interested in advertising about 1960 when I noticed that the ads for Chevrolet trucks, Dodge trucks, and Ford trucks all said the same thing. No truck in this class gets better mileage. The implication is that they all get better mileage. The truth is they all get the same. So what is implied when you watch advertising? The next one I ran into was when I was attending an academy. The instructor held up a full-page ad. Big bold print, it said, no test on history has proved, on record has proved that Kent has less tar, any cigarette has less tar and nicotine than Kent. He said, is that true? I said, sure. Well, it says there's no test on record. It doesn't say there are any. It's implied. So it pays to advertise. An interesting thing happened last night. A presidential candidate running on the Democratic ticket qualified for the debates in Las Vegas because he ranked second in polling. He has accepted no money from anybody. He's paid over $2 million in advertising. What does he gain from this? I would say in his case, it's impossible to ever recoup that because you would have to be a president for 200 years to get back $200 million. So, one of the things that really gets under my hide in advertising is the advertisement of prescription drugs. Prescription drugs should be a tool in the doctor's toolbox to help him help people. Now, to get into the cost of advertising, one example that I noticed this year, for a 30-second commercial during the Super Bowl was nearly $6 million. $6 million for 30 seconds. And of course, that ad that was aired was not produced in somebody's garage on a cell phone camera. The production cost money too. And the same with the pharmaceuticals, the drug companies. Those are well-placed ads, well-produced ads. And I haven't seen one yet that is for less than a minute. So they spend a lot of money advertising prescription drugs. I want you to consider this. Where does the money come from to pay for these ads? Certainly with Michael Bloomberg, it comes out of his pocket, but then he's a billionaire anyway, so it doesn't make that much difference. But for the drug companies, and people are complaining about the high cost of drugs, the money only comes through sale of the product. So we're paying for those ads. Paying for ads that entice people to ask their doctor for a specific medicine. Sounds rather ludicrous to me, but it must pay to advertise because they do. And they advertise heavily. So as you're watching ads, I want you just to consider who benefits from the ad and where does the money come from to pay for that ad?